like that at all.
Okay,
because money, the issue of money. Sorry, Chief. Sorry, Chief. The question of money in Nigerian politics. Okay, in my opinion, is simply based on our form of government. Presidential form of government, even in the United States, is extremely expensive. Okay. Now we top it in a developing environment where voter apathy, lack of political education is a problem. For you to get people out,
you need to give them money.
You need to give them money to come out to vote. Even when they come out to vote, for you to get them to vote for you, sometimes you have to give them money. But on top of that, look, you spoke, Alistair, the kind of money that is needed to propagate your voice across Nigeria
as a whole,
is humongous. In a presidential system of government, if it is parliamentary system of government where the party carries the weight, it's very different
thing. Right, Chief, you are trying to say something regarding the money issue, because I'm looking at the money now as a issue as well.
Before I come to that, we're talking about Borno State. I've just seen the result coming out of Borno State.
Okay.
And this is the flashpoint where the Boko Haram on settling state, where there is trouble state. Right? Now you can see from what I have just shown, that seen on the screen, that APC won that state. And with what margin? APC have 836,496, and the PDP have 71,788. How can you believe that?
Chief, have you ever spoken to anybody from Borno State?
Hold on.
I speak to people from that part
of the country. Hold on, I'm just telling you to see how the APC are rigging the election, manipulating the numbers. Because when the final result will come out, the totaling of these numbers will count. You know? So, it doesn't matter if PDP wins majority of the states, but numbers is what is coming up now. So if you see the margin that the APC won state, the numbers is very huge compared to the PDP one's area. PDP one area, you can see the numbers that it's almost about 1,000, 2,000 compared, because all these are the manipulation that is going on this particular election results. We should be thinking about that. That is where the rigging takes place.
Okay.
Let me come, because give me time, because you gave me a lot of time. Give me time. Now, when you come to Lagos State is a former capital of Nigeria, and therefore all the ethnic region lives in Lagos State because it is a capital state. Now, for certain people, because you are a Yoruba, and then Lagos is regarded as a Yoruba city or area, irrespective that it was formerly a capital city, and it's still a commercial capital city of Nigeria. Therefore, you don't have to force the other ethnic group to vote your way if they don't want to vote your way. So you don't need to force the Igbos to vote APC if they don't want to vote APC. So therefore, it's no more free and fair election, and that was what took place, because all these disturbances were happening in where the Igbos or other ethnic groups, other ethnic groups went to cast their votes. And even those areas where votes were already cast, they went in there, bring the ballot, and even set it on fire.
Only one side.
It's not only one side.
Only one side.
We have the evidence.
That happened in one side.
And it is on video. So we have the evidence. So that's to show you how subtle or professionally prepared the APC are to rig this election.
Right, Chief. When you say the numbers that you've mentioned, and knowing that the electoral people who has the electoral cards to vote entirely where the rigging is going to take place, as you are saying, and the numbers are a major issue, because what we've been having in Nigeria all along was the fact that one state could say we have 2 million voters, and then out of the blue say, look, but we gave 1 million cards. But you're saying there are 2 million voters.
That is the problem. You know, the problem, very good that you brought this up.
Yeah.
And that is why we're having card readers. That's why we have PVC. To avoid this kind of figure manipulation, which is being taken place now by the APC. Right? The fact that the card readers were not working in majority of the southern states.
Okay, because
southern states,
it's all to do with numbers,
but so therefore, when you start to manipulate everything manually, people voting manually and they are not using, because card reader means once you vote thumbprint, it registers automatically, digitally. So with that, you can monitor the number of people who have voted or who are voting. But because as it is now, everything is possible, and that is why this manipulation in numbers are taking place, and they are taking place to favor the APC.
Dr. Philip, I want to find out the issue of the card readers and the issue of the numbers, because the electoral numbers, the Tanzanian former president, who was actually head of the African Observe Group, mentioned it a bit. And he said, look, even when he came, he said, look, we need to compare the numbers. We discussed this during the election, because he in the first program, by the way, we discussed it, because he said, look, we need to know before we even go to start the voting, that how many people are in Lagos State, for example, who have registered to vote, and they said, and they collected their cards, and said there are 2 million. Now we can't suddenly have 3 million who have voted when there are 2 million who have collected the cards. So that's the kind of thing we were trying to avoid, if that's what the former president of Tanzania was saying. And let's get these numbers before we even go out in the field, to know who are going to, so that if there is anything that is taking place, we know that there can't have been 3 million there when the cards given out were 2 million.
Can I answer you, Steve?
I need an answer. And I think so many Nigerians need an answer.
Nothing of that kind of disparity took place. Nothing of the sort. Now, let me tell you something. The PDP set out during their campaign to set the stage for the kind of crime that you can see.
That the chief
is talking about now. The whole idea was to set the ground to say, this election was not going to be free and fair. All right? They didn't just say that at home or say that to Nigerians. They started writing to international communities. They wrote to the Americans. They wrote to the EU. They wrote to the UK. They were calling on everyone. Oh, this election is not going to be free and fair. But you know what? The presidential candidate was not campaigning. The sitting president campaigned in the 36 states of Nigeria, including Abuja. That was a man they said was sick. He traveled around the country and campaigned in all the states.
Okay.
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar campaigned in less than 24 states.
All right.
And he wants votes of people. You know what? He is used to the idea of distributing money to people who cast votes. Let me finish. On the question and issue of number of voters, it's not rocket science. Like you said, the former president of Tanzania said, before the elections, INEC came out clearly
with all the numbers.
These are the number of registered voters. With the PVCs available. These are the numbers, percentage-wise, of those who have collected their PVC. So because you can register and get all the things that you need, your bio data and all that in place, and your PVC is prepared. But not everyone came to collect. In terms of the turnout for PVC collection, it was lowest in southern parts of Nigeria. When we finish this program, you can go and check. They are there online. They were lowest in southern parts of Nigeria. Now, I will also say this to you. when you talk about, when you look at this election, something has emerged, and it's a very interesting picture.
What is that?
The people, the places where APC lost these elections massively were in Lagos, Abuja, and some other towns where you have the elites. Those people that have been used to eating and taking government money. Okay? Where they live. That is number one. Number two, certain parts of the country who feel that our part of the country is not getting a fair share, maybe because they say, oh, religion, they talk about ethnicity and all of that. Okay? And that clarifies the question of the campaign promises that were made by President Muhammadu Buhari before he came in. What is going on is that all the loopholes that these people used to collect money have been plugged. They no longer have free money. You recall that when the former government was in power, they went with President Jonathan to Kenya. You remember?
Years ago.
And the president of Kenya himself came out to say that there was not enough space to park private jets.
Uhuru Kenyatta,
They no longer have access to free money to park private jets. All right. That is their anger and bitterness against
Let me come in.
That is their anger and bitterness.
It is
the people of Nigeria, the masses of Nigeria versus the kleptocrats.
It is not
who have a ruining Nigeria.
It is not true to say.
It is those two sets of people. The Nigerian people versus the kleptocrats. And the people are winning.
Philip, it's not true to say.
Let me hear
what are winning.
It's not true
the Nigerian
to say
people are winning
that
this election.
Let me hear what Chief has to say.
Atiku Abubakar did not campaign in the 36 states. So it's not true.
But he didn't.
He did.
No.
Unless is the one that you is recorded. As a presidential candidate, you must go around the states to campaign.
Of course,
And believe me, APC we are giving people Gary. I know I've said it here. Gary and with a logo of the APC and all those and all whatnot. Okay, maybe that is a campaign something. But even the PDP in some areas might have done the same. But that is the campaign, you know. But the APC we are going to the market giving people 10,000 and taking their PVC so that they can use it to manipulate the election. It is documented. It's in the video. It's there. The vice president won, right? So, saying that Atiku Abubakar did not campaign in the 36.
He didn't cover
it is untrue.
Okay.
Right? Because as a presidential candidate, you will tour everywhere.
Supposedly.
To campaign. Now, Buhari, no, hold on. Buhari was talking about that he suddenly become very well now. And went to 36 states. When the herdsmen were killing people, a whole president of the country did not make a statement. The whole president of the country did not visit states where people were massacred, murdered. Doesn't that show the kind of president he is? Now, he is the same president who came to London and spent almost 1 year in his presidency. And suddenly now, he wants Nigerians to give him second term when he did not perform well. In his situation, he was saying he's fighting corruption, but corruption is worse in this government than even the previous government. People are dying of hunger, there's no employment, and still he wants to impose himself to Nigerians, and that's why they are rigging all these elections. Manipulating the numbers.
Mr. President, doesn't need to impose himself. What I can see here is, of course, the accusations from both sides. There is what has happened and is what has happened. There is a lot of course.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm
it's
saying,
verifiable.
Even when Atiku was vice president, of course, there were issues when
Atiku was vice president.
Yeah. There were issues as well.
He was not, if you accuse him, people are saying he was corrupt. But Atiku has never been tried or accused of any corruption in a law court. So therefore, you cannot accuse someone as if you have not tried him.
What I'm
even
saying,
the EFCC have no documents. No, so that is there.
What I'm saying, during his time in office, obviously, if they say, there's a saying that when you walk with wolves, obviously you behave like people will take what you do. It's like when you walk with thieves, you will also looked at as a thief. In a way, what I'm saying is that what happened during the time when he was in office, he might not have done anything at him, but because he was there and he never stepped aside when there were other things going on around, when he was part of the team of the time, then there is that saying that, look, he didn't do much at the time, and I wouldn't want to go in details.
No,
that,
Stephen, I will interject here because the facts are not correct. The facts are not correct.
Yeah.
During the Obasanjo era, that's when Atiku was the vice president.
Okay.
And even in that era, things were fine. Mind you, that is when even Nigerian foreign debt were paid to zero, because we have a good minister of finance, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who arranged and finished debt. The foreign debt of Nigeria.
Okay.
And things were moving. People were eating well. There were employments everywhere. There were even developments. So to say all these mobile phones and all those things came out during that time.
Really?
You know, it's during the Obasanjo era. Now my good friend here, Philip, has Buhari as a president. People are dying of hunger. They were killing everywhere in the country. Insecurity everywhere. How would you defend that, Mr. Philip? Tell me.
It's very easy to answer you.
So your president is not doing well.
It's very easy to answer you.
Let's do it this way, because we're going into accusations and accusation. But I'm more focused. I want us to turn more of our attention to the elections, which is which is at the table. Because looking at it, I want to know how do you see the future should Atiku become president, and how do you see the future should Buhari continue? Because looking at Buhari's past, as if he's to be the next president of Nigeria, whether he's really healthy enough to continue in that job because of the sickness he's had in the past, and he's been abroad for treatment, and there's that genuine worry of Nigerians that should anything happens when he's in office, as with his health, as it happened when a couple of years ago, that is a genuine worry. And also looking at Atiku as well, because Atiku is not also a very healthy man, depending on if you believe the information that we get. So the two, I'm looking at the future. How are you both assessing the future? Should one go in?
Atiku is a very healthy man to start with. I think he's 72 years.
All right.
Buhari is about 76 to 77.
But
Buhari, from all indications, is not fit to rule because he's losing his mental faculty, and he's a sick man.
Listen,
so I'm answering your question.
I'm jumping in a little bit because he has refused to release his medical records.
No,
and that is a general worry.
Atiku is fit. Even by me looking at both two presidential candidates, you can know who is fit and who talks coherently, who doesn't lose memory, who says the things right. Okay? In the evidence we have, Buhari came into power 2015. But it was one of the videos and one of the campaigns, and he came to power 2005. Plus other things, indicatives of falling here and there. Okay? So, Atiku is a healthy man, is the capable man who will make Nigeria prosper. He's a businessman, mind you. Okay? And with what we are seeing, if Buhari goes another 4 years, the country will be in a very big dilemma, in a very big crisis, and even from getting worse and worse and worse. But I will come more. Let me give way to my friend Philip to talk.
Before Philip jumps in, I just wanted to know, one of the reasons why I brought in the health issue is that Atiku has refused to release.
Did Buhari release his
medical records?
No. Answer me. Did Buhari release his own medical record?
Of course not.
You see. So that is that. Even Trump did not release his tax something, we know, or manipulating his record report. So we know this. That is not an issue to use.
What can you say about the issue of
going forward and looking to the future?
Yeah.
It is not my hope, it is not my prayer that we have an Atiku presidency.
Okay.
I will start from that point. And the reason is simple.
Yeah.
Atiku, as the Vice President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, was chairman of the Nigeria Economic Council.
Okay.
And in that capacity, he sold off, under the guise of privatization, key assets that belong to Nigerian people at giveaway prices to his friends. And he has already told us that if he became president, he will sell off NNPC and to his friends. So I do not wish for that to happen. Now, on President Buhari becoming president, continuing in office, there's no doubt in my mind that we are going to witness consolidation of the gains that have been made in the area of infrastructural development. During this tenure, the kind of development in the rail sector, in the road transport sector, that were hitherto unthinkable have taken place. Projects that were started years ago or supposedly begun years ago, and every year the PDP government was using them to siphon money. This president came in and he's actioned them, and some have been completed and some are nearing completion. That is one. Number two, in the area of security, when President Buhari came into office, Boko Haram had 17 local governments under their control. They hoisted the flag of their caliphate on the soil of Nigeria. Today, there is not one village under the control of Boko Haram. Yes, they still come in to strike, they still bomb, but that is the nature of terrorist activities. In the area of corruption, these were the three key areas. In the area of corruption, when this president came into office, he immediately actioned the implementation of BVN and TSA. What does that mean? It means that all the monies that were hitherto scattered in hundreds of bank accounts belonging to the government had to be brought back to one account. And that hit a lot of the people who are using this as conduits to siphon money.
But before we go further, my question was on his health. That's one thing which you haven't responded to. But and another thing is, so many money has been called from various areas. People, the corruption money, and there's a lot of money now with that organization that chasing for ACC, that's chasing people for. But nobody has been prosecuted.
No, people are being prosecuted.
Okay, you give the names, but give me something about his health. The health is the major issue.
When you talk about his health, I stated earlier that here is a man who is said to be sick. And yet, he's been able to travel around the country campaigning. Dr. Ejikeme mentioned the issue of him making mistakes. Younger people during this campaign, Showore, he miscalled. It is normal that under the intensity of the campaign period, when people literally did not have time to sleep, you can have those errors. That is one. Two, he talked about the man sleeping or wanting to fall, that there are videos of that. that we also have videos of Elijah Atiku Abubakar tripping to fall. So you cannot use
but I need to rebut some of the things you said about
Chief, before you go further, I wanted something about, because Buhari was in hospital here for quite a long time.
Of course.
And we at several times, in fact,
people went to come to protest and they asked Buhari to go home.
We were trying to find out where he is and so on. So we needed to know. That is where the health issue comes in. And that is where they were asking Atiku to show his health medical records as well. Because Nigerians don't want a president to go in. And we still have Atiku and whether Buhari to go in, and the similar thing that happened to Buhari happens to Atiku. That's why they were asking Atiku to get his medical records out. Because when you voted the president in, then he dies in office tomorrow, and you have a vice president who you didn't vote in, it has that impact on it.
No,
that is why I was
when you vote for the president, you vote for the vice president.
Yeah.
So that is democracy. It's a joint ticket.
I know it
so
is.
you cannot say you didn't vote.
I know it is, but when
vote both of them in.
I know, but when a man has just come in and the value.
Stephen, you are mentioning the medical record of Atiku Abubakar.
Yeah.
Both of them supposed to produce their medical record.
Yeah.
Was that done? Was that requested? So if you are saying people are asking Abubakar to produce his medical record, what of the person we know that is very sick? He should produce his medical record. Okay. So having said that, you know, Dr. Philip, we are saying that Buhari stopped Boko Haram. This and that. That was not true. Boko Haram was dealt with during the Goodluck Jonathan era.
Is that true?
And that was the PDP.
They were hitting in Abuja. Hitting in Abuja.
Mind you, the same Buhari was complaining that the government of Goodluck were killing the northerners, the Hausas, the Fulanis. And he promised to come and wipe and clear the Boko Haram. But what happened? We are still hearing of Boko Haram today. Even my colleague calling about Boko Haram. So why? When he promised to deal with it, and they are still coming, killing people. There are still people in displaced camp. Now, about security. He didn't mention the herdsmen roaming the country, killing people under this president, and he never condemned them for once. He never even visited the area. The people that were massacred, cut off neck and everything. So cow becomes more important than human life. This is what is that went on under this president. And if he continues the next 4 years, who knows where we are going? You know, issue of trying to Islamize Nigeria or making the whole Nigeria to be Muslim is still a question mark.
You have religion.
You know, so why? No, because give me time, because I know he had time to point out the area he felt that Buhari was doing well. All this railway he was talking about started in the PDP government of Goodluck Jonathan.
And they were collecting money for them.
Know?
They would collect the money and put it in their pockets.
This is Goodluck Jonathan built a lot of schools, universities in the northern states than in the southern states. During his time. Road mentioned. All these projects were started during Goodluck Jonathan. So it is not Buhari's initiative. What is the initiative? Now you're talking about corruption. All the money that we are recovered, where are they today? What project was that money used? What infrastructure was it used for?
They still have the money. They still have it.
And rather, they are using the money to give market women and everybody 10,000 to take their PVC to make vote.
You see, when a political party gets involved in a project called disinformation, this is what you get.
No, it is not.
Disinformation.
It is a fact.
Disinformation
because we can,
and what President Trump will call alternative truths.
They are calling people not to sell their PVC for 10,000.
Chief, we've heard what you say. I want to draw your attention back to the question of the future, because looking at it on both sides of the coin, what Buhari has, he has mentioned certain things that Buhari has achieved, and you are looking at certain things that you feel Atiku will achieve, because looking at both sides now. We don't know the results yet anyway, but whether Buhari is coming back in or Atiku is coming back, or Atiku is coming back in or Buhari is coming back in. So we don't know, and I hope that we get the results sooner, before the end of the week. But the key thing I'm looking at, both manifestos seem to be similar. When I read the manifesto of Atiku and I read the manifesto of Buhari for the next, APC, I should say, APC and PDP, rather than the individuals. There's a lot of similarity in both of them, in a sense that we're going to build roads, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Similarities that are existing. But what happens when those similar, because if they are similar, it's like one was copying from the other. to put this down. This is what surprised me.
Anyway, that you might refer to that. I don't see them being. I have the manifesto, which I can give you right away.
Where is the difference?
Let me tell you. Let me give you the facts here. In Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's presidency, Nigerian infrastructure, the restructuring of the country, which everybody, we are all clamoring, will be done. Nigeria wants the country to be restructured properly. That's one big project in the manifesto.
Okay.
Right? The issue of corruption will be dealt with as well. Hospitals that we don't have now, that Buhari is rushing over to overseas for treatment, and all those other colleagues of his, will be dealt with. Because if health issue is taking place, good hospitals were built, infrastructures, get good doctors, nurses, there is no need for any of the Nigerian person or citizen to go abroad for treatment. So all this will be dealt with. There will be a lot of factories. They have employment. Now there's unemployment. Youths, they finish university, they don't have work.
Okay.
So there's a lot of unemployment. He was accusing Atiku Abubakar of selling off industries. Mind you, it's a catalyst world. It was also happened here in Great Britain by Mrs. Thatcher.
Yeah.
All of us knew. The private entrepreneurs, businessmen can handle businesses very well. Those companies that were sold were under government, and there was a lot of embezzlement and corruption. Even Nigerian Airways went down because of corruption. And that's why a country like Nigeria has no flagship, which are going to be, these are going to be revisited in Atiku Abubakar's presidency. Right? So there are a lot of projects that are going to take place. Utmost of them is Nigerian restructuring to know where we are. Who we are, do we want to be one, or do we want to, how the federal unit will emerge, and how we should be governed, so that we don't have this problem of you are from the north, you are from the south, you are from the west, you are from the east, or you are a Muslim, or you are a Christian. So these things will be taken adequate care of. I will give way, because there's a lot of issues I have to still table on this debate.
Yeah, I can understand that because it's quite interesting. Something to do with because like I said, when I read the manifestos of the two leading parties, APC and PDP, there's a lot of similarity in the two. Whether there's a continuation of because what is mentioned in APC, that's what I'm saying, the similarities, it's the language that changes. What do you think yours, is it a continuation, what he has done?
When you look at the campaign promises for this election, we tagged it next level of development.
Yeah.
Okay. Next level of what we are doing now. Next level of ensuring that, look, Nigeria needs good functional transport linkages to reduce cost of doing business. Nigeria needs to have an environment that is safe and is secured. Nigeria needs an environment where business people can come into and they are not afraid
to do business.
You know, because somebody is going to be asking them for bribes. These are key ingredients to make a country work. Dr. Ejikeme keep referring to the issue of money being given to market women. That is a specific targeted program. Trader money.
It's existing.
It's existing.
But it's taking the PVC away?
Yeah.
No.
So you give money to PVC, but it's there.
Steve, would you believe that? Would you believe that government will give you money, okay, through a financial institution and they will collect your PVC.
No, but the vice president goes to market and give people 10,000 and take their PVC.
He doesn't.
And he said that it's
Do you believe that the vice president of a country will go to the public and hand people money?
No, haven't you seen that, Philip?
Of course, it's not correct. It's a lie.
But it's on the television.
It is a lie.
It's a
complete lie. That does not happen. The vice president of Nigeria happens to be somebody, okay, who, I mean, when you see him and you see the way he has campaigned and the way he has engaged with the Nigerian public during this period, you will have to pray that other African countries will have a man like that. And I tell you this, why do I say this? Somebody who is not looking at himself as being the vice president, but is able to come down and interact with ordinary folks and listen to them. Look, this is a program that this government is running. X number of people in this market have received money to do business. How is he working? How is he going? He interacts and he listens because he gives a first-hand information from the citizens. He's not sitting there in his office and waiting for technocrats to write
during election campaign.
No,
he's doing that during the election campaign, so it's electioneering.
The program he's talking
about.
Why
did you do it before?
The program he's talking about has been running for nearly 1 year.
No, really? Okay.
The program that he is referring to. But you see, I said when he was speaking, PDP set out from the beginning, instead of focusing on campaign, they focused on doing something. And that project they set out was the project of disinformation. Let us tell as much lies as possible, okay, about Mr. President, about
APC. Nigeria is not working now, and that's why I think Abubakar is coming to make Nigeria to work again.
If Abubakar becomes Nigerian president, you know, I feel sorry for Africa.
So really, okay, it's a pity.
I feel sorry for Africa because I don't think you are.
How can you say that? When you are,
I feel sorry for Africa.
Currently are not doing well.
I need to listen to one of you.
Yes.
Not both of you. At least one of you.
I want him to answer me that. How can you say that when you are in power and you're not doing well? And there is a hunger, unemployment, people are dying of hunger.
Dr. Ejikeme.
A lot of insecurity.
Dr. Uzoalor.
Dr.
Uzoalor.
So how can you tell me that? And they say that Abubakar is coming to make Nigeria to work again, and they are going to feel sorry. You have not felt sorry for Buhari, your president that is not doing well, that has always been coming to London and everywhere for make good treatment.
Listen to me, Dr. Uzoalor.
Wonderful.
Listen to me. You see, this election is already a referendum.
Okay, of who?
Okay,
a referendum for what?
For what?
On the direction that the Nigerian people want to go. I said earlier, I said this election pitched the Nigerian people, the masses, the poor people, okay, versus the Nigerian elites and the kleptocrats and the people.
Okay, now what you're trying to say...
The people have won.
The people have won.
Now what you're trying to say...
Without being allowed to vote correctly.
The people have won.
We're running out of time, but I wanted to find out, when you mentioned that, the Nigerian elite and the autocrats, and who are, of course, the poor people, the floor, and so on. When you're mentioning the elite, you're looking at the educated people, the multimillionaires, or the people who have been earning money from, say, who are running the government, because obviously certain sectors of the government are run by educated people and so on. And those are the people that you are saying
it's very easy to answer it, Steve.
So those are the people behind.
It's very easy to answer your question.
Yeah, okay.
When you look at the spread of voting, you go to Abuja.
All right.
The areas occupied by all these people who have been living off and creaming off. Monies belong to the Nigerian people. Okay. They all voted against APC and voted against PNB.
Oh, really?
If you came to Lagos, the areas occupied by these people, they voted against PNB, they voted against APC.
In other words, they're PDP.
No, PNB is President Muhammad Buhari, just so that you should know what you're saying.
They voted against Mr. President, voted against our party. And the reason is simple. there's no more free money. There's no more money to steal because the loopholes have been plugged. BVN does not allow you to steal.
Tell me how many industries or factories Buhari built in this time?
So Atiku is bringing back. Atiku is the continuation of what.
It's not a continuation of anything.
Let me use one word to define what an Atiku presidency will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a government of kleptocracy.
I vehemently disagree with what he said. I vehemently disagree because with this present government, there's no job for people.
Yeah.
They are not building any industries or factories, or even encouraging businesses, as he says. So how can he tell me that Atiku government is for the rich, when there is going to be enormous creation of job for people, employment? So, Nigerians, as we are in this current election nearing or voting, it's been done already, and the votes are being counted. Please make sure that your vote counts, and make sure that what results we are getting is accurate result and is not manipulated, because that is the intention of the APC. Right? We want a good government who will come and create jobs for our people, for the youths, so that when they finish their education, university, they can get a job, and not to start being hunger and this and that. Corruption, we have had it. Corruption and still is the worst of this government.
Chief, you've made your statement.
That's my final statement.
You do something, because he has said what he believes in, and he has said what the PDP party is all about. And could you say something similar? Because you already said it.
Our party, the APC, is very clear on its mission for Nigeria.
Okay.
It is focused on rescuing Nigeria from the vice grip of those people who, over this number of years, have held the country down, destroyed the image and integrity of the country through the simple action of taking what belongs to the people and deploying it to personal use.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
We are releasing what belongs to the Nigerian people from the grip of a tiny minority who think only about themselves, and unleashing the wealth of Nigeria into our country. That is why today Nigeria is growing stronger and stronger. When this government came into power, Nigeria was into recession. Not said by me, said by one of their Minister for Finance. Nigeria was in recession. Our country is out of recession.
Yeah, okay.
Just a second.
Our country is out of recession.
He's saying that check the value of Naira as at the time of good luck, and check the value of Naira now.
And what was the cost of the barrel of oil?
You will see that Naira is depreciating as we speak.
What was the cost of the barrel of oil?
So why are you saying that? Oh dear. But these are evidences that everyone can see.
I think we have to end it here in a sense that it's when the winner comes and is announced, we'll know where we're heading.
Absolutely.
We'll know where Nigeria is heading.
Of course, if the result should be fair, that is not manipulated. If it's not manipulated by the APC, what we see they are doing now in terms of numbers, they are using the number game. Not state one, but the number game. I'm following it up.
All right, I do hope that there's the fairness in whatever comes out of this election, and they made the best person possibly, or the best party, APC or PDP, wins, or even the other parties that we are not even talking about. I don't know how the results are running, because it's like it's only it's a two-way horse.
It's a two-way horse between PDP and the APC.
Okay. Whatever happens, I look forward to seeing who is the next president.
We all hope that the right result will emerge.
Of course,
that Atiku Abubakar will come up as the president of Nigeria.
I just want to thank both of you for coming to the show, and of course telling us the very good knowledge that we've learned in terms of the leadership, in terms of the manifestos, in terms of what you believe in. And I do hope the lucky man wins. I just want to mention our sponsors, Omega House Printing Video. Please get in touch with them in case you want anything that is to do with the printing and videos. The telephone number will be shown on the screen there underneath below. So if you don't have it, it's 0203 581 8494. I repeat, it's 02035 818494. Get in touch with us, or get in touch with the Omega House, and they'll do a good coverage for you, or inform whoever you know who could be interested in doing this in videos and so on, and Omega House will deal with that. Once again, I want to thank my guests
for
coming to the show, and I believe the best person in God's name will win Nigerian elections, and we look forward to a great nation going far ahead. Thank you once again, and I'll see you next. I'll hear from you or see you again next week. May God bless you.